So the next order of business is putting together our photo library over here. So what before I get into any coding or anything, there's some prep work that I need to do. And I'm going to start just by looking at the actual script that I'm going to implement over here. What I want to do is have something like this. This is a Lightbox JavaScript, and it's freely available online to download. And it has this cool effect that is pretty popular on the web now. It's like this pop-up style image. So it's not really a pop-up, but it's an overlay on top of your web page. Now, when I look through these different pictures, one thing that's kind of annoying to me is this delay when things get resized. You see, this is a bit smoother from image to image, but then once you get to this other image over here, it's like okay, I'm half asleep by the time this thing renders. So in order to plan for that, what I'm going to do is actually resize my images locally all to the same dimension. So before I shot this video, I downloaded a bunch of pictures from Google, and what I did is after I downloaded them, I did two things to them. First, I resized them, and the second thing I did is I optimized them for the web. Now, all these pictures I have here are about 800 by 600 pixels, and the benchmark I was going for is to keep them under 100 kilobytes each. Optimizing your images for this image library is especially important, right? Because all of a sudden now you're going to have a lot of images, and this is going to take some time for your user to download these things when they're clicking. So more than just a page with just one or two images on here, these are going to add up. Even at 100 kilobytes, you got 10 pictures, you're close to a megabyte. So you want to optimize these the best you can, and at least as far as I'm concerned, an image of that dimension should be at about 100 kilobytes. Now, let me show you just an example of these two different pictures that I have. I mean, actually, rather, both of them are the same, except one, the second one down here, is about 74 kilobytes less than the first. So when I downloaded this, here is a picture of a school of fish. And here is the optimized picture of the school of fish. Now it's difficult to see any difference between the two, but I'm saving the user 70 kilobytes of downloading, so it's well worth it. Um, and so just to say, now we're looking at what we have here. We're going to need two sets of images too. We're going to need one thumbnail images, and the second is going to be the full size image. Now, the wrong way to go would be just to resize your images, your big images in your HTML to be the thumbnails, because you have the ability to do that, right? You could define the size of your images to be smaller than what they actually are. That is not good, because what you're going to have is these little images, and the user, when they go to see your images, it's going to download really, really slow, and that's not good at all. So you want to resize your thumbnails, and if you look how much smaller now my thumbnails are versus these versions over here. So I'm saving quite a bit of space.